Okay, at this point, divorces in Hollywood don't really shock me. But Judge Greg Mathis and Linda, I definitely did not see that coming. I mean, after 39 years of marriage, it must have been years of BS in their marriage. And then a last straw that broke the relationship, right, baby? We already have people speculating that Linda got tired of all the cheating from Judge Mathis. And some are saying that it's bigger than infidelity. And as always, I have the juice now. I know that the divorce is shocking to a lot of people, considering how close Linda and Mathis seemed like in 2022. The family gave fans an inside look into their lives when their reality TV show, Mathis Family Matters, aired. And at the time, Mathis said the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame is certainly my highest professional achievement, but I got to say it was really my family that was the foundation of my success. After coming out of the streets of Detroit, Linda allowed me to work 15 hours a day, 5-6 days a week. So it's that support that allowed me to the success that you see. Our love and support runs deep. More recently, at the beginning of 2024, the two were seen on social media cozied up with one another in Cabo. Then a few weeks later in March, Linda and Mathis appeared to be on good terms at an influencer's brunch. And in an interview with Baller Alert, they even discussed if their Mathis Family Matters show would return and opened up about how they stay so close as far as Mathis was concerned. They were a wholesome family with their flaws like every other family, but they never fought.
Well, we're not going to fight. If that's the condition of coming back, we're not coming back because we are a whole family, a wholesome family. We all have our flaws, but we don't fight.
You know, you mentioned our family show, Mathis Family Matters, and as you see on there, our influence is that, black families are great families, and though they're not filled with, just inner fighting. And so,
in fact, a couple of weeks ago, Linda shared photos and video of a family gathering with Greg in honor of Father's Day and wrote in the caption, "Had such a beautiful time celebrating Father's Day with my family and friends at the Johnson residence yesterday. Very uplifting to see all the fathers being celebrated, especially my husband Greg and son-in-law Ryan." In addition, Judge Mathis also shared a photo on June 10th of Linda smiling and posing comfortably in his arms as they attended the Live from Detroit concert together. So what do you mean these same people are getting divorced? How, why, what really happened, child? According to the divorce documents, Linda lists the date of separation as July 17, and she cites irreconcilable differences as the reason for the split. Honey, if you are like me, you are probably wondering irreconcilable differences after 39 years of marriage. You think that after spending 39 years with somebody, you know how to work out your differences. But as it seems, there's something or things that Linda could not work out. The good thing is that there are no children involved here, so there's no need to hash out custody and child support. Judge Mathis and Linda had 4 kids during their marriage, but they're all over 18 years old. And they're even grandparents now.
The first time in 15 years, the kids are all back in the same city.
But that doesn't mean that Linda doesn't want anything, cause she is actually asking for spousal support. And she checked the box to block the court's ability to award Judge Mathis spousal support. Well, it's also unclear if there was a prenup involved, so we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. Honestly, this divorce has a lot of people shook cause they never saw it coming, especially considering how highly Mathis spoke of his wife. Mathis has been consistently outspoken about his love for his wife over the years, and even when he received his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in May 2022, he thanked his wife and family for the support they've given him over the years. I mean, he even had no problem letting people know that she managed the money for the family, and always spoke of how she helped him get his life together when they met. So for a woman to file for divorce after 39 years of being with the same man, year in and year out, month in and month out, week in and week out, day in and day out, hour in and hour out, minute in and minute out, dealing with in-laws and keeping the home and finances together, child Mathis must have messed up really bad now, because I was just as confused as many other people. I did a lot of digging to try and figure out what may have happened, and surprise, surprise, Mathis has also not been a saint, cuz we actually have a few stories about some of his nasty behaviors. For instance, There was a time in 2019 where the police were investigating an incident in which Mathis allegedly spat on a parking valet. The alleged incident happened at about 8 o'clock outside of a club on the 1700 block of St. 1 in Detroit. What happened was that the police got a report that the valet was working when Mathis allegedly became upset over if the valet had his car keys, so he allegedly spat on him. In addition, there have also been reports that he is a stingy man, and I can't even remember a story from back in the day when he insisted on paying for dinner with coupons and used a calculator to make doubly sure he didn't tip more than required. Allegedly, when he dines with friends, he never pays for their meals. And when the bill comes, he breaks out his calculator and figures out his entire share to the penny. Literally, just last year, there was another incident where a law enforcement said that an employee from the Department of Water and Power made a report accusing Mathis of threatening workers with a bang-bang after heated confrontation. According to the employee, Mathis got pissed at after they asked him to move his vehicle, words were exchanged, and things escalated to the point where Mathis allegedly flashed and pointed at the workers. Well, when Mathis was asked about that particular incident, he had a completely different story, saying that the employees were actually blocking his vehicle and he was unable to pull out of his driveway. Apparently, one of the employees got smart with him when he stood in the street, saying that if he didn't move, he'd get run over by their work truck. Mathis then took that as bet and said that he never brandished anything, let alone pointed it at anyone, regardless if these were just some of the things he was doing in public. Can you imagine what he was probably doing behind closed doors, honey? We also had people speculating that the cause of the divorce may have been infidelity. Y'all remember when Wendy Williams suggested that Judge Mathis was cheating on his wife? The judge went to the show for an interview, but things turned really bad really quickly after Wendy asked him about the allegations that he was caught in a motel room with a crackhead and a woman who was not his wife.
That might not be true, according to you, about this woman that allegedly you slept with. You allegedly got her pregnant. Listen to just let me draw up the skeleton, Judge, and then you fill in the meat.
Talk about fueling your stuff. You, on the other hand, have admitted to being addicted to cocaine.
Absolutely.
Secondly, you continue to show symptoms of your addiction.
Okay.
Lastly,
what are those symptoms? Tell me.
These nasal passages you keep coughing up.
And I did Afrin.
This eternal cold that you continue to have.
Yes,
that you can't have to come to work because every other week, and now you're even stupid so low as to blame it on your baby, your newborn. How low can you get?
Gosh.
That's about as low as you can get to blame your child for your addiction. Then, lastly,
Judge.
your bisexual activity. I'm sure your audience want to know about that. I've heard that rumor.
I'm sure my husband would love that.
Yeah. Oh, he watches? Does he watch when you do it?
Yes. Don't you know?
No, I don't know. I didn't know you were that low down. Lastly, we can continue with what I heard about all those. It's like 8. You had 8 of. That's what I heard. That's the rumor.
How interesting.
Now you want to keep fueling that? Did you write about that in your book?
I wrote it in my book.
All
yes.
8 of them?
Yes, I wrote. I have an.
Anywho, what happened was because there was a woman who alleged that Mathis had not just slept with her when he was high, but she also asked if she could sleep with his wife, Linda. In fact, this woman also said that she got pregnant by Judge Mathis now. According to Mathis, he did not know that woman. He had never heard of her. And he said that she was probably paid to tell that story. I mean, I know that if Wendy still had her show, she would have had a fee day with this divorce, considering how Mathis checked her entire studio, and I know that she would probably speculate that Mathis had been unfaithful all along, and probably has a few kids running around with his DNA. You know how many people actually believe that infidelity may have been the reason for the divorce with some? Noting how every time a pretty woman was suing on his show and had videos or pics as evidence. Oh, he was really quick to want to look, so people have been saying that he definitely has a wandering eye, and if he popped off on Wendy Williams, then there must be some truth to it. On the other hand, we also had sources saying that Linda's divorce filing was not because of anything scandalous. Rather, it's because Judge Mathis has been working too hard and has been neglecting their relationship. I mean, he currently runs series of charities, and has a production company that has him working 70 to 80 hours a week. In fact, an insider spilled that Linda sacrificed her whole life for that man, but he's working 24/7 for the better part of the last 30 years. Apparently, Judge Mathis promised to Linda that he would slow down and that they could travel the world together and enjoy the rest of their lives. But he's not trying to slow down anytime soon. The insider also said life is too short, and if Judge Mathis wants to run around the country working, he can do that. But Linda's not willing to sacrifice any longer. Based on the insider, Judge Mathis does have one last chance to save his marriage, and if he agrees to slow down and value his wife, she might take him back. I don't know, guys. The last time I checked, Mathis doesn't even work as often anymore, so I don't know if it's the work schedule that caused the rift in the relationship. In fact, many people actually believe that the reason Linda got tired is that he is probably at home, getting on her nerves and not even bringing in a lot of money like he used to. Of course, we also have people speculating that, contrary to what people are saying, Linda may actually be the problem. Like this one person who wrote on X, 90% of divorces are initiated by women. The kids raised, his money is flowing, and she's ready to start her second life with his money. Women are single, handily destroying the idea of marriage to be independent on a man's hard work. Someone else added, the marriage has been over. His antics on TV were just a glimpse of what brought this on. She stayed for the coins until they weren't enough. Well, there are a lot of different speculations out there. But what do you think caused the irreconcilable difference in your opinion? Could it have been infidelity, Mathis working too much, him no longer working enough? What do you think led Linda to file for divorce after 39 years of marriage? Sound off in the comments section below.